Next up is Sheldon Richardson, joins us here on the Michael K. Show. How are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Obviously, the elephant in the room. You're going to miss the first 4 weeks of the season. And how did that happen?
Made a mistake. A little depressing times earlier this year, and just made a mistake.
Did you feel a need at the start of camp to address the team?
Coach addressed the team for me. Pretty much got the elephant out the room, and we just kept it moving forward.
Have teammates said anything to you?
A few. Reeves most definitely has. Mo, of course. Snacks. Pretty much the defensive side of the ball has.
So lesson learned.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's the main thing, obviously. Yeah. So. How does your preparation, if at all, changes, knowing that you'll go through camp, you'll go through the preseason, but then September, you're not playing?
I don't know right now. This is my first time ever going through something like this for us. 4 weeks wise, a whole month period, and then I got a bye week after that. So I won't be with the team then either because I think the league allows us 5 games off, most definitely 5 weeks off. 5 days off, and that's just something I got to roll with when weeks roll by.
Is there any way you look at it as a positive? Not that you're going to miss the first 4 weeks, obviously. You say, when I come back week 5 and 6, I'm going to be fresh, I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be ready to start the season?
Yeah, you can say that, fresh legs, but, but it also guys who are more football season ready. You can say, pains to be a little bit more like my first week, you're a little extra sore for some reason versus you week 3, week 5, the pain start rolling in, it gets a little numb for you. That's behind me now.
Now it's an opportunity for Leonard Williams, draft pick, to come in to help out. So do you find yourself almost tutoring him for that first month of the season?
Yeah, as much as I possibly can. I'm helping him out as much as I can now. Taking the 2s and 3s reps. That's something mentally I got to go through right now, and it's something I'm dealing with day by day.
How good can this defense be? I mean, you look at the offseason, you look at adding Revis, you look at adding other guys in the secondary, you draft Leonard Williams, you've already got you and Wilkerson. I mean, you look at this from just a neutral perspective, looks like it could be a special defense.
On paper. We've got to come together as a defense and, and show it, not just let y'all talk about it.
All right. Now you add Darrelle Revis, you bring back Cromartie, so I would think does that give you the opportunity now to kind of pin your ears back and go after the quarterback knowing you've got those 2 islands out there that are going to take care of you?
But we still want to play as a team. We're not just going to put the game on our shoulders or on the linebacker shoulders or on Reeves and Crow or Gilchrist, those guys' shoulders at all prior either. So, it's a team, it's a defensive thing, and we got to come together. We still have a few nicks and dings, and our chemistry have to come together for as knowing what each other does as the play goes on.
Strategically, you may not even know yet, but biggest differences from Rex to Todd Bowles?
It's tough to say. Rex was a little bit more lenient. I wouldn't say he didn't run his ship right. He was not a carefree guy, but he knew when it was time to play and when it was time to actually I'm the head coach of the New York Jets, and our guys understood that.
You miss him?
Yeah. The guy who called me in and gave me the call. Otherwise, I'd still be waiting at the draft table.
I want to dive a little bit more into it because we just had Willie Colon on, and he talked about it's a little bit of a tighter ship. You kind of intimated that as well. Was he just such a player's coach that was there a lack of discipline? How would you define Rex as a coach and that leniency that you were kind of alluding to?
I don't understand why people say lack of discipline. I don't. Only difference between that is our fine systems are different for us missing meetings and things of that matter. That he doesn't. Rex wouldn't charge you $30,000 or $40,000, whatever the fine might be. But Ty Bowles told us we could get the full price. That he's serious about that. And you either gonna go with it or you're not. It could be easy for you. It could be hard. And Rex is you can say, but Ty Bowles is a player coach too. There's no difference in between the two. They're both easy to talk to. The door's always open. Just when it comes down to little things, they're different for us, like fine systems. And some guys took advantage of that, some guys didn't. And you either appreciate it or you abused it. And it's the new team, new coach now.
Your quarterback joined us earlier, and he certainly has had a rough go of it 2 years here in New York. Do you look at him and say, I believe in Geno Smith? Like, is that the mantra of the team? We believe in him, and here's why?
Oh, yeah. Well, most definitely. If he's the number one guy on the depth chart, then we have no choice but to believe in him. I've always said he's got to play his way through a training camp. They say he's a starter already, so hey, he's a starter already. It's his job to lose, and I got all faith in him. I've always had faith in Geno.
But when you look at the lack of weapons in the last couple of years and him growing and the interceptions, did you feel pressure as a defense to go out there and play above and beyond? Because there were times, quite frankly, that your best chance to win was you guys going out there and holding the opposition to a touchdown or less.
Yeah, it was tough. It was just a tough season last year. When you go 4-12, it's a lot of finger. It can be a lot of finger pointing, but no one did that. Rex made sure we stayed a team always, and we always looked after one another. People say when me and Mo got kicked out of fights, we were thugs. It wasn't anything that mattered. That was my brother, and I was his brother, and then he saw me in trouble and need. The guy was pulling my face mask, and one guy had my arm, right. So he came in and got me out of some trouble. And you can call it what you want to, but I take that with me to this day. Like stuff like that. That's why the way when I got in trouble, it still affects me to the point where I feel bad to my teammates. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't sit well with me. I'm not always the politically correct guy, and being politically correct all the time doesn't sit well in my soul. So I'm not going to sit here and appease to y'all or anybody else who dislikes me for anything in my beliefs when you have your own and everybody doesn't believe in what you believe in. But my teammates is something I did last year. That's just how I always carry myself.